Another live tutorial with the Paintology drawing app. What you can see here is my laptop, I meant to say my phone, Samsung Note 10. And here you can see this is an Android phone I have. And I've got my Paintology app. This is the app I'm going to open up. And you can see this is the logo of the app. So if you're looking for it in Google Play Store, this is the app. It will open up to this home screen. So it's not a typical drawing app. Keep that in mind. It's much more than that, a lot more than what you see here. Most people think they know about what digital drawing is and dive straight into this, go to blank canvas and start doodling, yeah, and then they change to line. And then they immediately say, oh, it hasn't got this tool, hasn't got this, hasn't got the brush tool, hasn't got enough brushes, hasn't got blending tool, hasn't got blur tool, hasn't got shape tool. Honestly, if you're looking for that, please go to the other apps. This app is designed to teach you art techniques. And if you want to know what art techniques are, I encourage you to see, I would like you to find out and let me know if people are able to draw like this on their phone. Digital art, okay? This is a digital art. If you insist on using tools, then by all means I'm not stopping you. But don't leave a poor remark on the app itself, because it just doesn't make sense. You coming to it 2 minutes, checking to see if all the tools are there. It's not. I did this with two brushes, and I don't use any digital tools. So you try and do that with all your digital tools. You will not even get close to this. And that is why I'm here to show you how to create these art techniques with the app. So try and make that connection, or you can stick to your digital tools if you like to draw like that, but don't come to Paintology for looking for tools. You should come to Paintology looking for art techniques, the very skills that separates good artists from beginner artists, the skills that you go wow in amazement when you look at all the YouTube videos. Take another one of this. I can show you plenty of drawings. Check this one of this one also done on the phone. Yeah, try and do that with digital tools alone, I doubt it. And also, it's done on the phone. So this is a message for people who come in to the app and judge the app by a set of tools rather than what it can do. This is for those people who make the quick, cut decision that something is not good. So it's like someone who goes to a car showroom, looks at all the luxury items and decides not to drive it and says, "I'll take it." You know, they leave out the importance of what driving is all about. This is typically how I draw. As you can see, I've got a phone here, Note 10. Plus, it's my humble phone that I have really made hundreds of drawings. And here I show you how I made this cat drawing very easily with the finger alone. But you can make it with a stylus or a cheap stylus. You don't need anything expensive. Just your phone, Android phone, and the Paintology drawing app. So I usually do a quick intro because it's the beginning of the drawing. So I'm gonna actually remove some of this here. So this is the app. So you type in Paintology or Paintology app, and you'll see it opens up to Paintology Paint. Or so you can see here, this is the app. So please look at the logo, remember the logo, and open that. I've already got it open, that's why it's showing me an open, but please do install it. And I do test it with a lot of phones, as you can see. So once you go to it, you'll see the screenshots there, which will tell you that this is the app for your phone. So just keep in mind that I'm a good artist, but I wasn't had formal training in art. But I was good at art as a young kid, and it remained absent for most part of my life until I picked up paint by numbers, which really rekindled my interest back in art many, many years later. And then I do made so many. I love people draw. They love drawing, and I reckon a lot of people who want to draw probably want to probably indirectly looking for that same rewarding feeling, the same feeling of enjoyment that other artists who go draw, that same satisfaction. Not necessarily the art piece, but the journey into creating a piece of art with their own hands. And that's what drawing is all about, creating your own artwork and having the maximum creativity. So in digital, I've taken the traditional techniques that I learned with pencil, paper, acrylics, watercolors, and managed to managed to take those techniques that I have, inherent techniques, and been able to apply to digital. That's why I don't need so many digital tools. In fact, all I need is a brush and the density settings, which most of my drawings are based off of. And you'll see that my drawings can be quite easily mistaken for traditional drawing. That's because it's the way I draw, very much like a traditional. So it is, in essence, an excellent medium for many traditional people who are on the sideline thinking digital art requires mastery of tools. Not necessarily, so that's completely incorrect. So let me show you a few other things. Yeah, Quora. This is a Quora where I'm a very active user of, and you can see my profile of. I've answered 1,400 questions related to art, and I post practically every day. So you can see here that I put a short blurb, so it's a good idea to join me. You can join my personal profile, which is I showed you earlier, or you could just go to paintology.quora.com. Okay? And I always put up the drawing that I'm going to do. This is the famous Marilyn Monroe and the black and white picture of her, which I thought was pretty intriguing to do in today's session. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to be a bit bold and show you several techniques of making this drawing, including a pretty good realistic drawing, of course. That's what I tend to do. I've taken my skills to a level where I can make photorealistic drawing. You saw that with the bird, black and white, that was done on the phone using just two brushes. This is a drawing I did yesterday. It was the unrecognizable Thor in its outfit, and this is what I usually post. So there's many, you can see many go through hundreds of drawing I did there. Look at that, this one as well. See, all types of drawing. In fact, the techniques is so universal, you can apply to all types. When you use digital tools, the techniques are essentially constrains you to use, like for anime. That's why some of the popular apps are used for anime drawing. A lot of kids, youngsters like anime. But when it comes to drawing, like for example, like fine art, you could call this fine art. This is also done on the phone. See? You can't beat art techniques over digital tools. So this is the art tech. So most people will probably have trouble figuring out whether this was done using digital or not, and they do. And that's the reason why a lot of people don't jump and go, dancing up and down and say, yeah, wow, this was done digitally, because they're still scratching their head trying to figure out. For example, this one I posted actually a while ago, and a woman came back and thought it was fake, like image manipulation. When I said I did it, and then after I showed her my video, she apologized profusely and said a lot of people are fake on the site, which I generally agree. And you have a good skill, and it's nice to see that. So you have to understand that digital art, the way I'm doing it, is exceptional minority. I doubt you'll find anyone who does art like the way I do in digital, and that's because they don't apply the techniques. And you're here to learn these techniques. It's going to take your artwork to a different place. So, so many of you are actually following me on a daily basis, and some of you are new. So I'm just showing you this. I love drawing this. So this was particularly good. I think most people mistake this for a photorealistic drawing. You see that? See how when you cut close up to see where the digital marks are here? That was actually one of the. It's a pretty good drawing, I thought. Anyway, there's one brush paintings which you'll find also on the site. So let's see. See all kinds of drawing. I run out of ideas. So you can help me when you're looking at this tutorial to put some comments of yours and to help me to find subjects that I can draw. So that's what I need to show you. And the other thing I want to show you before we dive into the drawing is, let's see where, there, I'm going to go here. So the Google Classroom, this is a link you'll find in the description. It enables you to follow and learn fundamental art. It's the same thing. It's a free class right now at the moment, so I encourage you to join, because in time, I have to monetize this, because I've been doing this out of my pocket for the last 4 or 5 years, developing the app with about 50 iterations so far of the app, so releases. So it's always constantly improving. And also on top of that, the I've also made this Google Classroom, which is very comprehensive. It teaches you drawing and painting, and it is what other art teachers will teach you, in essence, the fundamentals of drawing and painting. So if you are serious about improving your art, or if you just want to doodle, then by all means doodle. But I would like, I hope I've provide you inspiration to make artwork in a different approach than just using digital tools. So this were all structured and balanced for you to practice with the tutorials that come on the home page. You can see there's a big button, tutorials. It points to those tutorials, each drawing, and it's organized by your level of ability, of course. And this will accelerate your learning very fast. And you can take some of this learning process to your art teacher, and they will tell you if they're competent or knowledgeable enough. They might have a notion of digital drawing and say no, 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 and throw their arms up in the air because they haven't seen this kind of drawing, this method, and then they will say it's all about digital tools. So that's all they know. It's because hopefully in time people will wake up and recognize this process of drawing. But you are obviously early pioneers, to follow my method. And I'd like to see some of your work. And in fact, please do post your work. If you feel interested, learn the work, because I am looking for digital artists on the Paintology app that can draw to my level, or it doesn't have to be up to my level, but can draw and really interested in improving their drawing, because I want to hire them for the work that I have piling up, and because of the growing interest in this method of drawing. So this is the Google Classroom, and then one of the last thing I'm going to show you is this page. You should bookmark this page, paintology.com, and then go down, click on the button Daily Step by Step. And on this page, you will see that I have today's tutorial, the reference image, and the stream. So I break the tutorial into two parts. One, I spend like 50, 30, 40 minutes making a drawing on this, taking out the introduction that I spend like 15 minutes intro. And then I hop onto the other one on the hour, onto the other channel, part two, and complete the drawing. Okay, so these are the times. So the reference image is this one. So I'm going to download this image. Okay, so it's on my phone. And so please bookmark this page. If you are interested, you will draw along with me. And hopefully in time, I think I've seen a YouTube instant premiere where I can go through a drawing and show you guys. I'd chat with you people. If you're interested, let me know. I'd like to get a good feel of where you are on this, what you think about this, because I don't get many comments, although everyone marvel at my artwork. Many of you will gloss over it thinking it's done with traditional, and they've seen all that in YouTube, but many will even gloss over thinking that can't be done on the phone, but it is. So I've downloaded this, mark this page. So let's get back to our drawing app here, and then let's come out of that and go back to the home page. This is the home page. This is the tutorials I told you about. Please do explore that, but you're going to get so much more out of the Google Classroom. In fact, in our next revised version, we're going to put the Google Classroom right in front there for people to sign up and join. Okay, so that will be in the pipeline. I don't know, can't guarantee when we're going to couple all these tutorials, but you can go to these tutorials, follow. If you're an absolute beginners, it's organized that way, and then you can do some of the tutorial. Paint by numbers is exactly like the hobby kits you get. I won't show you here, but you'll see that you'll see quite a lot of videos on the YouTube channel that will describe how to paint. So now, so we go to draw. I'm going to start the drawing, press, and then pick that up. And this is our image. So this is the famous Marilyn Monroe. And I had an idea yesterday when I posted this on how to approach this drawing. First of all, I'm going to do a line drawing just to show you line drawing really helps you to improve your drawing strokes. So you don't have to jump to correction. The reason why most digital art appear like digital art is because all the apps have an auto correction. And then when you use the line draw auto correction, what will happen, do you think, to the final drawing? It will look like perfectly digitally rendered art, computer generated, computer assisted, isn't it? But when I use line drawing, it's essentially the same as a traditional artist, no corrections, just simply using a line tool and just drawing in trace. So I loaded this in trace mode, and trace is an exceptionally powerful drawing mechanism that helps you improve your drawing rapidly, much more rapidly than without using this mechanism. And if you have people who say, if you draw with trace, you're cheating, they don't know what they're talking about. They can't even draw, in my opinion. If they did ask you to draw like this, then you'll be here, sitting here, and still trying to draw and still learning to draw, and then finally give up. This helps you to draw. You should take advantage of every tool that helps you to learn to improve drawing. And this powerful mechanism we've adopted in Paintology that helps you to draw with the color picker. And I'm going to show you this right now. So let's go to, when we have a black and white picture, I tend to operate in grayscale. So I switch that to grayscale. Did you see how the term it changed, the color term changed? So this is now a grayscale. So I'm going to show you how grayscale works. And then if I pick the colors, look, it's gone all the way to the, if I pick her cheek here, look at the color, it's gone all the way to the left. If I pick her lips, sort of slightly mid-tone, and then if I pick her forehead, look, slightly, yeah, so these are all the colors the color picker picks. So picks these colors, implying that I could quite literally take those colors and apply it to my drawing, which is here, yeah? That's all it means. This is my drawing, this is the reference, okay? So if I have the cursor, depending where the cursor is, if it's here, naturally it's going to pick colors. Color picker is going to work on my drawing, not on the reference. So I always start off with have it halfway. So I'm going to try and initially do a line drawing. So here goes. So I'm going to pick, but before I do that, I'm going to try and select the canvas color. Look at the canvas color, right? It's black. So I'm going to pick the black, right? So I pick the color picker of the black, right? And then, sorry, this didn't work. So I'm going to go back, then I'm going to pick the color of the black. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to pick the bottom box. I forgot how to use it. And then if you're okay with this black, then there it is, black, okay? So it's quite easy to use. It's a little quirky when you first use it, like any other thing, but you'll get used to it. So now I'm going to pick naturally I'm going to have to pick a white color for me to be able to, yeah, can you see it? There, yeah, I've got to pick a white tone so I can vary the tone. I'm okay with this rather than have it super white. I think I like this gray tone, and it's 1.2%. I could take it down further, but I'm not. So what I'm going to do is now simply do a tone. So you have the ability to zoom in and really do a detailed line drawing if you so wish. But I'm going to show you how to do a line drawing, and it really is. So I got this reference image to somewhere where I feel I can see my drawing, like here, and then see the lines that I'm going to draw, right? So I can see that I need to, let me take this down a little bit more. So I'm going to go around like this, and you should do the same. I know you're obviously on a phone. You may be able to switch between the phone and the Paintology drawing. If not, try try to alternate. Have a laptop or someone else's phone running with the video while you do the drawing. So it's always a good idea to do the drawing. But remember, this is a live recording, so you can always come back to it. So you don't have to necessarily So this really does help you improve. In fact, recently I've been doing a few of the line drawing, including the Thor. So that Thor I did. So I'm not too bothered about getting it exactly right. My daughter has taught me line drawing. She's really got into line drawing quite a big way, and it's made me interested in it as well. Okay, I'm not using any auto corrections. Don't jump for tools. If you do, your interest purely lies in getting assistance. And it's the reason why a lot of people draw with the draw with the digital, because it's got the tools there, and they want to do what they've not been able to do when they were little kids. Seen all these this good artists at work, their own friends maybe, and they were never being able to reproduce. And the fact is, they were young kids and they were not able to explain why they were good and why they were able to, because they had the natural knack for picking it up, But everything can be taught and learned. So usually I start off tentatively thinking, oh God, I'm going to make this like an engineering drawing. It's not necessarily. In fact, as you get quickly into it, so it becomes so much easier and natural. I stop thinking about getting it right. Like right now, I'm just going to go with the flow, and I'm avoiding this tensive attitude here without starting off, you see. Just going to go and just do this really quickly, so you can see for yourself how quickly this can be done. Just let your strokes. You might have seen it in a lot of artists who say, just draw rapidly, and there's a good reason for that, because then you're not thinking, you're letting the brain do some of this work, and then your hesitancy does not come in then, yeah? Okay, just do this quickly, and then you'll see that you'll be able to make perfectly good drawing here. Look at these beautiful curly, try and capture this curl, yeah? Rotate it, and then use the curvature of, right? Rotate it. Remember when you rotate a pencil or a paper, but in this you don't have to, just rotate the image. See the power of this medium? When you really think about it, it's exceptionally powerful. I got a stylus, and you could use a pen, your own finger, or use a cheap stylus. Don't go and invest in heavy stuff. You don't need to. Actually, Samsung now routinely, their new latest phones come with their stylus, so that's perfectly fine. But I've made drawings where the phone does not come with the native stylus, and it works just fine. I've made some impressive portrait drawings on the P30 Huawei P30 5.8-inch screen with a cheap capacitive stylus, not capacitive even, it's got a rubber tip, So just go over very quickly without thinking. Just make it freehand, nothing more. It's a shoulder blade, isn't it? Look at that, so easy. It really is easy. Is there anywhere else I should put some marks down? No. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how these skills help you to become really good. The way you draw here really helps you. So the next thing I'm going to do, in fact, I'm going to change around what I did. What I had in mind was to go dive into Marilyn Monroe line drawing. Okay, so this is what we have. And now what we're going to do? Well, I think we can go straight into block coloring. So it's a different approach. I actually thought that after the line drawing that I would go straight into freehand drawing to show you, because some of you naysayers might think, oh, he's not able to draw without trace, you know. But if you don't believe me, just why don't you go to my other videos and see the many other videos that was done without trace, it was done in freehand. So there will be proof there. So before you quick to judge, please go there. And I don't know why some of you like to make quick shortcut judgment like that, because it's really sad without even trying the process of drawing. So I'm going to save this because I've been told to save by my developer, and open it up again because this is a prototype we're working on. Okay. So let's go to, we can either use the line brush or the shade brush. I'm thinking we should use the shade brush. So let's switch to shade brush. Oops, it's my daughter's chalk brush. She loves it. Shade. Okay. And then with shade, we're going to have a little bit of a more brush size. And then I'm going to show you how quickly you can do some kind of a block coloring, okay? So we pick the colors here, and you can see I'm going to just use block coloring with the shade. All right, I need a little bit bigger. So I want you to practice with a little bigger size. I'm not worried about you getting it perfectly right, and you shouldn't be. So this is what I do, color picker, and then pick the tone that's lying there, and then just do a couple of strokes. Color picker, pick the tones, just do a few strokes, okay? Color picker, just do a few strokes, okay? That's all you're gonna do. It's a little different to what I'm used to. So, but we normally use line brush when we do the block coloring, but in this case we're using the shade brush, okay? Color picker, there. So here, color picker, just follow the strands of the hair. That's lovely. And then make sure you got the tones. So to see the dark tones here, so that's when you know you need to pick a different color using the color picker. Look at that. There. And here it's a bit of dark color. And then just keep it very tight because you don't want the same color to go all the way across the face, because that's what tones are about. Tones change. Look, I'm keeping it very confined, right? With that brush of 14%. So shade, I haven't even touched the hardness. That's when you get really advanced in to do photorealistic drawings. You'll probably need it. But you don't even need to have made photorealistic drawing 100% setting, just having it 100%. That is a very wonderful brush. And I'll show you when you see the actual one. So color picker, just picking the colors. It doesn't have to be the same colors. Color picker. So I'm picking the local tones and not going too far out. Right? Just getting the general gradient of the tones. It may look all the same, like white to you, but in reality it's different. You can see the tones on this hair is changing, and the face is a lot brighter, which is expected. So just bear with me and keep doing this. Don't look for answers right away. If you look for answers right away, you're gonna give up easily. Trust me. That's how it works. Because you're gonna throw your arms up in the air and say, that's all I can do. That's all I'm able to do. And if you don't show me anything else quickly enough, I'm leaving. The same way as when you play games, right? Do you give up getting shot once and that's it? No, you don't. You carry on and on until you get better and better. Get this second round, third round, fourth round, fifth round, and all the way to the end, isn't it? If there is an end. So I'm using this broad brush almost 15%, 100%, okay? So you do the same. We've got the line drawing, and now it's simply transferring some of the tones of this portrait to our thing. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and finish this in this session, which I think I'll be able to do, and then I'm going to do a freehand drawing in the next part 2, where you can see me looking at the image from another reference image, and then doing the drawing, and then you'll be able to see it. In fact, I'll make that drawing so I can post it on the videos. I do post shorts of these live tutorials as well, so you often see it in the, yeah, so let's get this darker color here. Look, remember it's quite dark here, right? So make sure you get the dark tones here, and there's some light tones here, some dark tones here. It really does improve your acute awareness of tones, because the reference image has all the tones you need to learn from it. We got everything. Let's see if we've got everything. We've almost, except that we need this hair as well. So let's capture this hair. Whenever I draw, I always follow the right line stroke. It's almost like natural for me to follow the strokes of the hair or whatever that I'm drawing, like the fur when I'm drawing a wildlife. I don't know, it just makes sense for me. It's like almost 100% naturally I do that. Okay, let's get this shoulder blade. It's a tragic story of Marilyn Monroe. She died so young. Promising actress. Okay, I think I did this. Yeah, let's have a look. I'm quite happy with that. So I'm going to save this. You don't have to do this, obviously. Save. And then go back to my home page. And then pick it up again. Because as I've said, I'm working on a prototype. Right. So now what do I do? Well, let's get really close to the work tones now. Let's reduce that by 7%. Okay, so this is just a rule of thumb. So I've got 7%, and I'm just going to simply zoom in a little bit closer and get some of the details. Okay, so you can see here that I'm picking the color tones. This is simply block coloring without being able to learn to draw. Okay, it's really an excellent way for you to begin drawing. Okay, so all I'm doing, I've got a smaller brush size, and I'm just laying down the tones that I'm seeing, the dark tones. Yeah, dark and light tones. You can see here, color picker, and then I'm just going over it again. Okay, that's all I'm doing, and nothing more. Here, here, just putting down these color tones. Right. Can you see the white tones there? You can go over here like this, and then here. Okay. Here you can see the black light. It's not completely black. Okay, that's all I'm doing. I'm going over the edges first, so it's easier for me to see that. I'm just picking these color tones, and you know what, that when you do this really does help you understand what the original reference image is, and that's the reason why I can draw very well in photorealistically, because I'm understanding the tones that are at play here. At the same time, I'm removing the edges, the lines, see, by going over it. So that's down there. See that dark tone? That's what I've captured. And then you will see that there's a very light tone here as well. You may not see it, but we need to capture that. Remember, our eyes is a pretty effective piece of amazing organ that fills in detail, so the world is more easy to follow and understand. If it's the same thing as most artists use when they draw on a big canvas. They do a mishmash of drawing really close up, and then when you move away from it, it looks pretty good. So you can see how we got some of that hairline. We're going to keep working on that and get a really nice. And you know what? I think I'm going to run out of time, so I'm going to try and get as far as I can and probably spend a few minutes. Oops, I see how I got the drawing. I didn't get into the mid, so I made a mistake that I should have been working with. We're still with the reference image, so I'm probably going to run out of time before I finish this. So what I'll do is I'll hop onto the next channel when the time comes and just finish. When I get onto it, I'll just finish this drawing and then show you the freehand photorealistic way of drawing. Remember, when it comes to drawing, you have to first learn to walk before you can run. See what I'm doing? Don't be afraid of working on the black regions as well, because the more you apply the paints, the more you're providing detail, okay, to the whole drawing. You may think you're not just simply going over it, but you're actually shaping it, sculpting in a way, sculpting the whole drawing. And then using the reference image to pick the exact colors in that area, okay? That's all you're doing. That's where we are. Okay, we've got that. So I need to save this and then open it up again. And I've got like 5 minutes left, so I'm gonna keep practicing, 5 or a bit more, because I usually need like a couple of minutes, 5-10 minutes break, and I'm sure you do as well. So this is my drawing, and this is the drawing that we're trying to replicate. So let's keep at it. That just that takes away. Try to address the lines, the areas where you did the lines, right? Try and clear them up. There. So your job would be to take these lines. In fact, that's a good exercise. It's a good guidance for you to draw. Like this, yep, there. You notice that I'm not diving into the tool sets. Oh, most of the other apps have tools after tools. Boy, you're like thinking I'm in Home Depot or something. You know, don't know where to start. I haven't gone into the tool section yet. All I'm doing is doing what we should do, what traditional artists love the most, which is spend most of the time drawing or painting. So that's all it is. Look at these beautiful tones that we want to capture. Let's try and capture this. Here, the dark tone. So make sure to pick the color bar whenever you can, okay? The color picker, okay? And just flesh it out. That's it. Flesh it out. You get really quick at it. It's a slightly different process to when we were doing the line brush, yeah? When we were just drawing the line, isn't it so different? And it's not really drawing because you got the reference right. It's the basis for your drawing, isn't it? And then don't worry about it. We're going to improve this. I have made a similar drawing like this before. It'd be interesting to see what changes I've made to it. You know what? I'm enjoying this so much. I'm having second thoughts about doing a freehand drawing. I might consider just refining this even more in the second part of the tutorial, which is coming up soon. And this will teach you more rather than showing off my skills. In fact, what I'll do is I will work at my own time to show you a drawing of the freehand drawing, okay? But I think I want to teach you how to do this, so you get a real could handle and practice with other drawings. Yeah, that's what I want. That's really my aim, not to showcase my skills, which you can see plenty of videos. Yeah, there's plenty of for you to see my skills if you want to, but that's not why I'm here. Look at this beautiful dark tone. Look, wonderful, isn't it? Just lovely the way that. Look at this is our drawing. So I think I'm having a change of opinion on how I should complete this. I think I should carry on and show you by this method, which is the easy method, block coloring, to get to here. And you'll be astonished at how you've been able to take your hand drawing that you've done so far here all the way to here. That's what I'm going to show you. Not to showcase my drawing ability by doing a freehand drawing of Marilyn Monroe, meaning I don't have a trace bar or anything. I'm just looking at a reference image on another device and drawing that, which I can do many times. But if you really think you should see my ability at work, please look at the other videos. But in this tutorial, I'm trying to teach you. Okay, so I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to, hopefully you've enjoyed this part of the drawing, and then I'll join you in the next part of the drawing. You'll find the links on that paintology.com page that I showed you, or in the description if you can't get it through the description. So please join me in about 10 minutes time, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.